My name is Joe Rieger, and I am the Deputy Director of Restoration at the Elizabeth River Project. And the Elizabeth River Project is a community-based nonprofit who has been working to clean up the Elizabeth River for over 20 plus years. We're one of the oldest restoration groups in the lower Chesapeake Bay, and we take a collaborative approach with our restoration. So we're not, we do not do finger pointing. We work with the industries and federal government and state and localities to implement projects throughout our communities. We do a range of projects from community planning to clean up the river to actually on-the-ground implementation of those plans. That can range, those types of restoration projects can range from wetland creation, oyster reef creation, or even sediment cleanup. And our #1 goal is to clean up the contaminated river bottom so that a little fish called the mummy chub no longer has high rates of cancer. So about 5 years ago, we worked with Chesapeake Bay Foundation, Elizabeth River Project and Chesapeake Bay Foundation, partnered to develop a sub-watershed plan for the Lafayette River. And what we ended up doing is our two organizations convened meetings with the community, regulatory, and industry partners to develop the Lafayette Restoration Plan. That plan spells out what we were going to do over the last 5 years to make that river healthier and try to achieve a swimmable and fishable river. And the plan laid out a number of activities that included oyster restoration, wetland restoration, long-term monitoring, and we're happy to say it looks like the Lafayette will be taken off of the impaired waters list, which would meet state standard for swimming. However, Elizabeth River Project is going to be doing some additional monitoring to determine if all areas of the Lafayette are safe for swimming, and we hope to have more information on that this year. We all, at this upcoming spring in April, will be having Riverfest for the fourth event, and this will be held on the Colonial Park, and there on the waterfront there, and we have a number of vendors, and we have a Science Dome and River Star Homes tent, and a number of other community partners who will be celebrating that day. And last year we had over 3,000 community members attend. We hope for a higher number of attendance this year, and we appreciate Cooper Hurley's sponsorship this year of Riverfest. The pollution in the Elizabeth River has been going down over the last 20 years. However, there's a legacy of contamination from the industrialization of the water body, and that can range from what we call polycyclic aromatic hydrocarbons. That's the primary contaminant of concern, and that contaminant has been around as a result of wood treatment process. So when you look at railroad ties and you see that black tar, that black tar is a wood treatment product that was used back in the 1800s and up until about 1970s on wood that was placed in water. And there were a number of sites on the Elizabeth River that treated wood with this creosote, and before the Clean Water Act, some of that material made it into the water, and as a result made it to the bottom of the river, and fish and other organisms that come in contact with it can get cancer because it is a carcinogenic product. But over time, we are seeing a reduction in pollution and an improvement in water quality in the